Hello everyone, it's AJ and it is finally Eurovision week. Woo woo! So, made a little bit more of effort because Eurovision's all about that glam and pizzazz, but I don't really have anything that kind of style, so slightly nicer it is. Yay! And no hair, because the purple was really getting rejected out my hair, and my hair is probably going to reject this because this isn't the colour it was meant to be. But we're going with it. Yay! So today it's the first semi final, or the first fake semi final, because obviously it's not happening. But this is all fun and games, and I'm still getting my Eurovision fix. So, we're here today. I'm going to present to you the results of the fake 2020 first semi final, and you can also judge. I'm going to make up a wee playlist of all the acts in order so that you can watch them and you can judge for yourself and you can let me know how wrong I am, because there's going to be controversial stuff that's going to happen in this week and you're not going to be ready for it if you love Eurovision. So, come at me. But to kick things off, we're starting with what we had planned to do in the prep video. So we're going to be ranking all the acts through 1 to 5 in all our three categories, which are visual style, song quality, and Eurovision Feel. You know, the most important category. So I'm going to present to you our combined scores, and because frankly if I went through every single detail, we're going to be here till next year. So, quick and easy, this is literally like the results portion of Eurovision. We're at the end. So, we're going to go in order of how they would have performed. Luckily, Eurovision had already put out a list of how it was going to go for each semi final, so that was quite easy for me just to nick and go through. So, the first act is Australia. Now, if you watched our prep video, you would know that what we were planning to do is we're going to judge each country by their music video. And we made that rule because we thought the majority of them, from a first glance, had music videos. Turns out a good chunk don't. And they ruined everything because Australia does not have a music video, which surprised me a lot. Given how Australia is, why did they not take the time to make a music video? But I digress. So for some of the acts we had to use their live performances that they did for their national competition to see who would compete to represent their country. So Australia just happened to be that. So they already dampened our mood of how well this was going to go. Newsflash. This really doesn't go well. Our system was horrendous. Because, fun fact, ranking from 1 to 5 makes it extremely hard. Yeah. Oh, how we wish we could go back and change that rule for semi-final 1. Let's get into the scores, shall we? So, for a visual style, we gave it 4 points. Now remember, these are combined, so basically they got 2 each. And then for song quality, we gave it a 3. And for Eurovision Feel, we gave it a 4. We felt that it was kind of a weak game to start off with. We were like buzzing and it was like, Australia's just like, not for us. Like, I know quite a lot of people were really into the song, like for what I've read like on Twitter and whatnot, but personally for us, we just didn't feel it. So it ranked a little bit low on our scoreboard. Next we have a Belarus with 6 points for both visual style and song quality. And slightly higher, we're going up to 7 for Eurovision Feel, because it was just, I don't know if we scored it a little bit higher because it was, yes, like, it felt more like Eurovision, so we maybe scored it slightly higher. It wasn't the greatest because it's basically like kind of mid-ish if you think about it, because we probably gave it 3 each on like song quality and whatnot, and then one of us just scored slightly higher for Eurovision Feel. Now, next is Ireland. We really wanted to like Ireland. But Ireland, you broke our hearts, and we gave you 4 for both visual style and song quality, and you got a 3 on Eurovision Feel. Because we just felt like it was a song you just hear on the radio. It wasn't like something that was kind of made for Eurovision, if that makes sense. Like, we kind of have that kind of thought that Eurovision has a kind of unique feel to the song. Now, to Lithuania. I already knew of Lithuania before we started this. I have listened to the song plenty of times. I also get scarred by the music, well, the live performance a million times, because I like to describe the dancing as they're trying to do all the Fortnite dances and as much as they can, and they have a weird obsession with magnifying glasses. So it haunts my dream, the dancing, but I like the song. So then when we watched the music video, I thought, right, surely it couldn't be as bad. Like, it couldn't get any worse. Oh no, the music video made it even creepier and weirder for me. Granted, still obviously like the song, the music video is shot amazingly, but oh my god, that dancing, I just can't get over it. Nada. So on a visual style, it got an 8, so basically we both gave it a 4. Song quality, we gave it a 10, and for Eurovision Feel, we gave it an 8. So essentially, how we both scored it was 4-5-4. Now, that really emphasises the problem of the score system. Also, we were only limiting ourselves to 5 lots of 5, so that we weren't overly producing. Not over favouritism, because we already knew a few of the songs and we already kind of loved some of the songs. This was one of them, so we only gave it 1-5 just to make sure it was like fair-ish. Now, next we have North Macedonia. Now, this was a kind of mixed-ish one. It done well in the visuals and the song quality because we gave it a 6, but Eurovision it went down and we gave it a 4. And now next is one of the next kind of, well, we're slightly biased songs because we already knew of the song. We also we are very much attuned with the band itself. Like, we knew who they were before they entered Eurovision, so we're already slightly biased. So with Russia we have Little Big, and well, we were trying very hard not to be biased against them as well, so we ended up basically scoring it the exact same as Lithuania, so 8-10-8. With only one of us given obviously 1-5 out, despite how we probably really were tempted to just go like 5-5-5 to give it 10-10-10. After that though, came a surprise. So Slovenia entered the room and they started singing, and also there was it's water themed, right? There's lots, like, you can hear water drops and everything like that. And the staging, like, this was a live one, and the staging was pretty nice and whatnot, and then like, it starts off as a ballad and we're like, right, great. Fun facts, we hate ballads in Eurovision. Like, for the most part, like, see when it's ballad heavy, spoiler alert, this year it has a shit ton of them. It kind of puts us off a little bit, because ballads seem to be kind of like, oh, it's going to win because it's a ballad, everyone can kind of get on with a ballad. It's like, however, this was actually a really good ballad. We both actually enjoyed it. Granted, it didn't rank as high as like Lithuania or Russia, but we still gave it 7 points for visual style, 8 points for song quality, and 6 points for Eurovision. It still did very well, despite it's a ballad. Because, well, it's a ballad. We were shocked by ourselves, the fact that we both actually really enjoyed it. Because I'm not totally opposed to ballads. I do kind of like some ballads, but see when there's too many of them, like, nada. It's kind of off-putting. But to have a really good one this early on in the competition, it's like, okay, I'll take that, yeah. Good job, Slovenia. Next is Sweden, and if you watch Eurovision for the past like decade or so, you know that Sweden is knocking it out with such good acts, whether they win with mans or like they're just like always like up in like the top 10 minimum. And this year is no different because oh my god, Sweden, those mamas, yes, so good. It is just a tune, it's just a wee bop, and oh, mwah. So we gave it 7 points for visual style. I was the one that actually deducted a point because I gave it 3, my pal gave it 4. Mostly because the staging was alright. It was basic. I didn't really feel like it kind of added anything, if that made sense. So I was being critical in that sense where I dropped it down. Although, gave it 9 points for song quality because yes, and 8 points for Eurovision Feel because damn right is that a song that just gets you up and going at Eurovision. Yes. This next country, Azerbaijan, is interesting because it's very conflicting with itself about how we graded this song. We graded it high in both visual style and Eurovision Feel with 8 points. However, we gave it 4 points for the song quality. There was just something about that song we just couldn't get into. But we loved how it was filmed, and it was definitely a song that was made for Eurovision. And damn. It is an experience to watch Cleopatra. Damn. Lots of different kind of styles and like kind of mixed in with it, so it's interesting. Interesting to say the least. But you can be the judge of that. And then we move on to Belgium, which basically just ends up being a meh song. Like it's not bad, but it's not good. So it just ends up in the wee kind of middle line of 5 points for both visual style and song quality, but a 4 for its Eurovision Feel. It's just meh. I think that's the only. It's not like I said, it's not like it's a bad song, but it's not a great song. It's just like it's a song. It's a typical Eurovision song, or to like a degree. Right, so then we move on to Croatia. So this is back to being another live video again, and we kind of marked it a little bit low on the staging because it wasn't truly exciting. The background lights were decent. So we gave it a 4, but obviously it wasn't the best. But we gave the song quality a 7 because we did enjoy the song. Like it was another kind of ballady kind of song, and the guy's a good singer, so it's like he gets the points for that. And then we gave it 6 for Eurovision Feel because it's definitely a song that is played on Eurovision, if that makes sense. So kind of teetering. Not great, not bad, but just kind of going for the curve in the middle. Which then brings us to Cyprus. If only you did better. The best ranking we gave it was 5 for its visual style. But, Eurovision Feel, it had a 2. Like, we both gave it 1 each. We just did not feel it was Eurovision, like, at all. And then we gave it a 3 for its song quality. Cyprus, you didn't win us over. We're disappointed. And then we move on to Israel. Israel had something. Just had something. Wasn't great, wasn't bad, but it was like kind of like middle the road kind of thing. So we gave it a 6.57. It was. I just don't know really how much to explain it. It's just like, it's Israel. Now, Malta, on the other hand. Oh, damn, girl can sing. And then it makes it even better because we found out that the singer, who's called Destiny, actually won Junior Eurovision, like, I think it was like 2016 or something like that. So she's very well accustomed to Eurovision life. And then she comes out in adult Eurovision and brings us a belter of a song. Yes. Mwah. So we gave it 8 in total for both visual style and song quality, and then just slightly lower with a 7 on Eurovision Feel. It's just a solid song. It's a solid good song for Eurovision. There's no complaints from here. Norway was very mixed. So it ended up with some semi-high scores, but then also some very low scores. So we kind of had some slight conflicts about how we felt about the song. Because though the song didn't do great in itself, song quality, because we gave it a 4, there was some kind of visual style, got a 7, and Eurovision gave it a 6. It was a Eurovision song, but it was like a bad Eurovision song. But at least it did better than Romania. Because Romania was just 4s across the board. So basically with 2 points each from the two of us. It was just... That's the best way to explain it. Just a sigh. Just like, why? Oh, Romania. I'm sorry. And then we cap it off with the final, that is Ukraine. Now, Ukraine kind of goes back and forth about whether or not they have a good act or a bad act, but this year is a very unique act, and upon reflection about how it's done, we are very intrigued to see how it would have done in the actual show, because though they're singing in their language, they're singing in a specific singing style, which is very, very unique and probably not to a lot of people's taste, because it's a kind of like throat singing kind of style. So how we feel like it would have done would have been it's either really high scored or really low scored. Like, I don't see, like, both of us couldn't see it just being like, it was alright. It was either everyone would have a great reaction to it or a bad reaction to it. But that doesn't matter because we gave it great scores. So, for visual style, we gave it a 7 and we gave it both 9s for Eurovision Feel and for song quality, because we are on the side of we actually really enjoyed it. It's something different, it's something unique, but there's just something to it that's just so great. Oh, but that concludes our scores for the first semi-final. And if you haven't been counting or like tallying them up, well, I'm here to reveal the worst of the worst. The ones who haven't got a chance to go to the fake final of 2020. But there's probably some you've probably realised because, well, kind of gave it away. So the ultimate loser, unfortunately, was Cyprus with 10 points. You are eliminated. I'm sorry. I feel like I have to say sorry after every country because it's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Next we have Romania with 12 points. Next we have both tying with 11 points is Australia and Ireland, followed by Romania with 12 points. Next is Belgium with 14 points, unfortunately. And then second to last is North Macedonia with 16 points. But here is where it gets interesting. We have a tie with both 17 points, and we can only knock out one. So, it was between, believe it or not, Norway and Croatia. And it came down to what performance we would want to see more. And I said that, well, why don't we go by song quality? Because, well, at the end of the day, it is a singing competition. So, naturally, Croatia would have won anyway. And then my pal went, well, why don't we just do ones where we just, like, what one did we enjoy more? Like, if we just sat down and watched it, which one did we enjoy more? And then it just turned out it was still Croatia anyway. So, it worked out in the end for Croatia. So, Croatia moves into the final with everyone else, and we say goodbye to Norway. And that concludes the first semi-final of 2020. And we move on to the second semi-final in the next one. And let's see how controversial it gets. Because it does. But you'll need to wait till then. So until next time, I'm AJ, I did something today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.